What is going on YouTube? This is Mr. Dodo8449. It's time to do another little update on my layout. As I promised, I've been away for 2 weeks at work, so I'm back now. I've done a little bit of work on the layout, so yeah, time for another update. Now, first thing to say is I made a purchase off eBay, and I managed to buy trees. So yeah, I'm finally starting to get on to moving up and adding trees and things like that. And I've got to say, as soon as I added trees to the layout, it made a huge difference to the way it looked. One area in particular, I think looks really good. I haven't even done fencing or anything like that. So all of that is to come. But yeah, I managed to buy 25 second-hand trees for I think it was £12 including postage, so it worked out like 50p a tree or something, 40p a tree, something like that. I thought that was quite good. But yeah, I've got loads and loads of different types, obviously, sort of fern, things like that, and then a bit more, well, smaller ones and so on. And yeah, I've got loads of different types here. So yeah, I've started to sort of decide where they're going to go, and I think it looks alright. I haven't stuck down much yet at the moment. But I am sort of getting a bit of a move on that. Now, another thing to say is I went out and brought something which I think is quite important for when you've got a layout. It's nothing really that special, I suppose, but it's just a set of tweezers. Now, the reason why they're quite important, I feel, is they're very useful for getting into all the small places. Very useful for if you say take a loco apart, very useful for sort of holding sort of smaller things. And I've managed to pick up quite a few different styles. Obviously the normal squeeze together. These ones here work the opposite way, squeeze them, they open up. Bit of a bend at the end, well, quite a nice bend there. So yeah, a few different styles, and they'll come in very useful, especially if you want to do so many fiddly bits. So tweezers is something which I think you should have in your toolbox when you're building a layout, as well as sort of like your craft knife and your pliers, things like that. So anyway, yeah, that was just to say a little bit of advice. Hopefully that helped you. But yeah, I'll get on moving with the update now. So what have I done? Well, under the track now, I've put down the bottom board here, which gives me a surface to work on. I need to clean up the edges here, paint, steps, all in there, and then I'll be able to stick the track down. I'm going to cut out the middle of the track as well. Remove some of the sleepers so it looks better. Because at the moment I think it looks a bit fake. So anyway, that's to come. Now moving around, I've obviously got to do the rest of the station and stuff. But as promised, at the end of my last update, I said I'd put in the engine sheds. You can see how it's going to look. Now it's just built out of cardboard at the moment. And you can sort of see how it's going to sit and how it's going to look. Now, it's a 2-track engine shed, but really it's 2 single tracks attached together, so they're offset slightly. Now, the roof you can see at the moment, I've changed my mind when I brought it up here. I'm actually going to design it with just a single sloping roof, so no arch in the middle, and they're going to meet in the middle, about in the middle here instead of here, so there instead. So I'm going to have to make this wall here a bit higher. I think that one there will look a bit better than having 2 peaks. I will carry on doing what I'm doing at the moment, just to have a look what fine looks like, but I think it'll look better like that. So anyway, that's how the engine shed's going to sit. I haven't, to be honest, I haven't stuck a train in it yet. I've got to make it big, make sure it's big enough. But yeah, that's the basic idea. So yeah, once that's in, ballast out everything, and then I'll be able to wire up the tracks properly. At the moment, they are wired so that they're dead when the points aren't switched. So anyway, yeah, that's done here. Now, as I said, I bought some trees. This is the first view you're going to see. I added a little bit more sort of scenery around here. But yeah, I think this doesn't look too bad. There were just two trees in the middle, one big, one small, different sizes. But there are also 2 tree stumps here and here. So it looks like that some trees were cut down to make a bit more room. I've also had a little bit more furniture around the end of the station as well, and if I just move back, you can just see it looks quite good. That's quite basically all the scenery that's going to be there. I may add a bit more rough grass or something like that, but nothing really serious. Now this is where the area I've done most of the work, and you can see what I mean when I said that adding trees makes a big difference. As soon as I added the trees here, let's put that in the right place. As soon as I added the trees, it suddenly made this area look quite a lot more realistic, which is what I'm going for, obviously. As you can see there, I've got 3 different trees here, different sizes and shapes, moving on to sort of an apple tree or something like that in blossom, and 2 more over there, big fern tree in the back, a little one around the front, and just like a bush sort of tree here, and another little one that I built myself there. Now, let's just, oh, sorry about the squeak. As you can see, without the fences or anything like that, or no sort of cars or anything, I think it looks quite good. I had to choose quite carefully sort of the positioning of the trees and stuff. I didn't want them to look too crowded or too spaced or too man-made or anything like that. So basically, these 2 here are man-made, or man-planted. As you can see, they're in a dead straight line. Whereas these ones here are just natural. They're actually in a triangle, but I think they look alright. Yeah, moving around. I haven't stuck down any of the trees yet, just to mention, so they all still can be moved. The only 2 that are stuck down, the 2 at the top. But anyway, yeah, I'm trying to work out where I can put the rest of the trees. Now, trees like this, that are a bit more pointy at the top, are going to go in a big forest behind me. So I'm trying to keep these ones here away from this area, really. So ones like this are going to stick round here. Now, let's just move them out the way slightly. Now, what I was saying is that, yeah, I was trying to work out which trees were going to go where. I'm planning on putting these 3 here around where they are. Then I've got 2 more on the floor, which are going to go a bit more around the middle. And then I'm going to add quite a few more around this area here, sort of depending on what. I am trying to build my own trees at the moment. If anyone hasn't seen that, I'm doing a little series on how I build my new style tree. And then they'll be sitting around here as well. And I'm going to make it quite a bit thicker right at the top corner. So yeah, that is the tallest tree you can see just there. The rest of them will be smaller than that. But you can sort of get a little bit of an idea. This sort of tree here will sit about there somewhere. And then this one here will sit on the other side about there. These ones here are hopefully all balanced. There we go. Are going to sit like that, slightly close together, and then a bit more foliage around their bases. I think that'll look quite good, sort of like an entrance in. Now coming down here, there is one tree which is going to sit here. There we go. One tree is going to sit there. Another tree is going to sit, well, that one has actually been stuck down. It's going to sit there. I think that looks quite good. Little tree on there. Now over the top here, it's going to be quite plain over the top, not much around here. But I'm going to put a few more trees in that area, and one in this field area somewhere. As I said, I don't want to put too many trees out. I know it sounds like a lot, but the trees I'm using aren't massive, so I think that'll look okay. And spinning round, over in this area here, not much has happened other than I've decided to stick, oh, if it'll balance, stay there. Other than that, I've decided to stick 1, 2, 3 trees in that area there, that again I want to look a bit more man-planted. Now these trees here are actually in the wrong place. This tree needs to go on the other side. I think it looks quite nice actually. Yeah, a bit of an oak tree. That one goes behind me. And yeah. Now that is about all I've really done. It's mainly on trees, a little bit on the building. I haven't done much more here. I need to add a little bit of a baseboard in still. That's all to do. I just haven't cut it out. I've got the wood, I just haven't cut it yet. Yeah, so that is about. I know I've gone on for trees quite a little while, but that was the main update. You may have spied while I've been moving around that I've also started something else. Backboard. Yes, I have finally got round to sticking on my backboards. I've cut it all out now. I've only attached 2 pieces. 1, 2. So yeah, I'm going to be attaching them all together, and it will look quite good. What I'm using is 2mm MDF that I'm just screwing onto the baseboard, holding it upright. Well, this is exactly what I thought would happen, that when I added this backdrop, the back wood to it, it'd suddenly make the layout feel a lot more enclosed. Making it feel a bit like it's when it was just in a room, it felt tiny, but as soon as you put these in, it feels quite a bit bigger. So yeah, so the backboard's on now. Scene-wise, this one here is going to be hills, basically. In fact, all the way around here is going to be hills. All the backdrops right round is going to be hills. Same here. When you get to this here, from about that corner there, it's going to be village scene, village scene, village scene, until you get to about there. Sorry, until you get to about there, where it's going to turn into a bit of a hills in the distance, and a little bit of a worker's yard, sort of, and obviously then a bit more of a industrial area there. So that's the sort of thing I'm going for. I think it'll look alright. I want it to be a country sort of scene. That's why I've been using country style cottages and lots of trees and tractors and things like that. So yeah, that's all to come. Now I am going to another toy fair tonight, actually, just a local one to me. It's not massive or anything, but I'm hoping to pick up some coaches. Now I have got one of these here. There we go, which is a GWR B set. I'm hoping to find one more of these that I'll be able to use, so that will give me 2. So yeah, that is sorry, put it away. That is it for this update today. I will be doing another update soon, and I will also be posting the final part to how I build my trees video, which will actually, I'll probably combine that with the next update video, so 2 in 1 there. So yeah, if you have any questions or anything, please leave a comment. If you want to, if you feel like you want to see a few more of my videos, please check out my channel. I'm building this layout, you can see in front of you, slowly. So yeah, there's quite a few updates. I'm also doing a few hints and tips and how-to videos and a couple of reviews and things like that. So yeah, if you're sort of interested in that, please subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you soon.